flower is the reproductive organ of a plant. You already know that. Now let me draw something for you. This is stamen. That is the female part, the male part of a plant, the male part of a plant. That is stamen. Now, anther and filament, two parts of the stamen. And you also know that there is a female part also of a flower called the pistil, or you can also call it carpel, or also called gynoecium. You can say all these terms. Now, this surely will be producing a male gamete somewhere. Because if you talk of fertilization, if you talk of reproduction, this will produce male gamete. And this somehow will produce a female gamete. The two will fuse or join together. The process is called fertilization. The male gamete joins with female gamete. The process is called fertilization. And this is how zygote is produced, which is a 2N structure. Why? Because this was also 1N and this was also 1N, that is haploid structures and haploid cells, and that is how after fertilization they produced zygote, that is 2N structure, that is diploid. Now, all this, the zygote, a single cell, it will multiply by mitosis, mitotic divisions, and form a lump of cells, a group of cells, and this will be called embryo. Embryo, that is the tiny unborn plant. Where will you find it? It will be found in this structure, that is the pistil. That means all these events of fertilization will occur in the pistil beta. Embryo will be formed in the pistil. What will the embryo finally give rise to? A young plant. It will give rise to a young plant. Again, this is the stamen, and if you cut it open transversely, do you remember we had drawn something like this, right? This is the transverse section of anther. And if you look at it in a detailed view, remember, this is how we drew it. Something like this we drew. This is the section of anther. And what kind of anther? Young anther. Young anther, this is the diagram of. These lobes that you find, these are the 4 sac-like structures. These are the pollen sacs, also called microsporangia. These red which I have drawn are called microsporangia. They are also called pollen sacs. Whereas these outer structures that you find are the lobes. There are 2 lobes in fact. One this lobe and the other this lobe. These are the lobes. One this and the other one the second one. There are 2 lobes, whereas 4 pollen sacs in the anther. You must have seen this diagram also beta somewhere in your books. Something like this drawn in your books. And what are these? These are the released pollen grains. That means each anther produces many pollen grains which are released finally into the air. But how are these pollen grains produced? First of all, I am just reminding you of all the events which happened. Again, if you remember, these were the pollen sacs. In these there are the microspore mother cells lying, many microspore mother cells lying, which are 2N, that is diploid structures. And they undergo which division? Meiosis. Yes, they undergo meiosis, the microspore mother cells. And that is how they finally give rise to very small structures, that is tetrads. Tetrads. Each tetrad is made of 4 cells. It contains 4 cells each, which are 1n in nature, haploid in nature. And what are these tetrads actually? They are the pollen grains. Now you understand how the pollen grains are formed in the anther.